What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229, and welcome to the yearly update video. About 8 years ago, I started this Let's Play channel, and it seems really weird that I've been doing this for 8 years. Just saying that statement is just, wow, I've been doing this for a while. For those of you who may be new to the channel, basically, what I primarily do on this channel is that I do video game walkthroughs with my added commentary. A lot of the time, these games are blind, which means I go in with very little, if any, prior knowledge going into them. But sometimes I do quite a bit of research and play the games quite a bit in order to know pretty much what I am doing. 8 years, jeez. Again, it seems weird to be saying that sort of statement, but yeah, I've been doing this for about 8 years now, which is kind of insane when I really stop to think about it. Anyway, when it usually comes to these yearly videos, I usually kind of give a bit of a rundown as to what I do, as well as a little bit of a sneak preview as to what's to come. Because I've done some of these recently, I feel like it's a little bit less necessary to really go over what I do, and more so just kind of give a little bit of an update as to how things are going, as well as maybe a bit of a sneak preview as to things that are to come. Which kind of gives me to the first bit of the update that I want to give, being the 2,000 subscriber special. I am still working on those videos. I was quite swamped recently, so I wasn't able to get a lot of stuff done. And trying to work on all 5 polls at the same time, it does mean that a lot needs to get done before there's any visible sign of progress. But I am still working on those. My hope, keep in mind hope, is to try to get these done and the first poll up around early November. That's kind of where my goal is, and I am going to need to work quite a bit in order to try to accomplish that. But hopefully we'll be able to get to the actual polls soon. I've been really wanting to get this done for a while, and just things keep on coming up in the real world, which kind of prevent a lot of work being done on this. So I do apologize that this has been taking quite a bit longer than I really wanted it to, but they're still coming. The polls are still coming. Don't worry about that. I haven't forgotten about it. In terms of some of the projects that are coming up, well, I usually have quite a bit of games that are on the back burner, but I'm also taking into account some of the things that were nominated from the polls. There's quite a few games that were nominated there, and some of them have caught my eye. So, regardless of whether or not whichever game actually wins the 2,000 subscriber special, do know that I do have my eye on a few other games that I may just do anyway. In addition, something that I've wanted to try to do recently is to kind of go back to certain games. Not necessarily in terms of, well, kind of a bit of a post-game sort of thing, like the bonus episodes, but rather that, well, there are a few games that have almost like a complete edition or definitive edition. And while I played the original versions of those games, there's a new version of it that I want to kind of go back to try to, show off a little bit more. To give a specific example, I know for a fact that Tokyo Mirage Sessions is getting a complete edition released, I believe it's in early January. So, I personally really love that game, and I really hope it gets a sequel, but a re-release is fine. But since there's new stuff added to it as well that we saw from a recent Nintendo Direct, including a new song, what looks to be maybe a new dungeon, and even apparently new party members, that is something that I would like to go and kind of show off a little bit more, kind of as a few bonus things that are specific to the Definitive Edition. That also means something concerning Persona 5, but I'll talk about that in a little bit more detail once we're actually done with Persona 5. There's not really too much else that I really want to go into. I know in terms of co-op games, my friends and I, or more specifically my friends I should say, are super excited as to what's coming up after Super Mario Party. And, you know, we've recorded a few episodes of the next project, and I can't wait for it too. There's already been great moments. So, hopefully you guys look forward to that. I know this is a little bit of a shorter kind of update video, but I would like to take the time to just thank all of you for your continued support. This channel may be small, it may still be small even after 8 years, but it doesn't really matter how large the channel really gets. What matters is that I have people who watch the content and enjoy the content. And as long as someone, you know, kind of has their day brightened or maybe learns something, whether it's the game or maybe with like history lessons that I do, as long as someone takes something away from these videos, you know, it's worth it. I may not have the largest audience in the world, but as long as someone appreciates it, then I would consider this well worth it. So thank you all for your continued support of the channel and continuing to view my content. I wouldn't be doing this for this long if absolutely 0 people watched any of this stuff. So thank you all for your continued support. And I will get to work on those polls. So, until next time everyone, take care.